Happy Monday, North Central Washington. We're back for another week of television entertainment, television information, and just plain TV. How are you? It is Monday, the 15th day of April 2019. Yeah, it's tax day. It's tax day. 15 million Americans, we're told, still haven't filed their federal income tax with the Chelan County PUD. Is it going to be one of those days today? It's a Monday. What do you do? It's okay. We like our jobs around here. Good show for you today. Late last week, Jana Fischback and Tandi Rolen dropped by. They're from Sustainable Wenatchee. The big Earth Day fair is happening this weekend on the 20th at the Pybus Public Market. That's a great conversation. You don't want to miss that. That's with Jana and Tandi in the second half of the program. We have the weather forecast. Things are looking up. Boy, the weekend did not pan out the way the National Weather Service was predicting it would be. We were supposed to have some pretty mild temperatures and quite a bit of sunshine. That didn't happen at all. In fact, yesterday's high, 54 degrees. It was supposed to be about 62 or 63. Didn't get there. Still got this cool pattern going on. It's spring, though. You know, the atmosphere is always a little on the unsettled side. That was certainly the case last week. This week, though, provided the forecast pans out, looks pretty good. Forecast details are on the way. Also, we have the news on this Monday morning. Before I forget about it, by the way, out there in the Quincy area, State Route 28 at milepost 29, which is where 13th Street in Quincy, just outside of Quincy, meets up with Highway 28. They're putting in a roundabout there, so if that's part of your regular morning commute heading out to Quincy and you go through that 13th Street, State Route 28 intersection, for the next few months, you're going to have some significant delays as they put in a roundabout. I wanted to get that out there before I forget about it. Sports, the Mariners have cooled off considerably, and hey, Houston's a good team. Houston is the hottest team in baseball, as a matter of fact. They've won 9 in a row, and 3 of those were over the weekend against the Mariners. We'll talk about that. Tigers back. You probably heard about that. Sports is on the way. The obscure holiday, birthdays, today in history. Everyone is entitled to Mike McKnight's opinion. And if it's okay with you, it doesn't really matter if it's okay with you. We're going to do it anyway. Let's go around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless setup, and that is the lower cross cam. We call it cross east. It's a little bit lower in elevation, and it's considerably farther to the east, about 1,000 feet or so to the east of the cross camera, which is actually just out of your view on the left. The Columbia River looking good, full of water. Again, a little on the high side, but nothing like we've seen in years past when we've had significant flooding, especially at Walla Walla Point Park, where the Wenatchee River meets the Columbia River. Hasn't really been the case this year. That's good news. We like that. Just a few high clouds. It's chilly, by the way. It's only 34 degrees outside of our studio. So if you're going to be out and about this morning and you're going to be outdoors for quite some time, yeah, a jacket or a sweatshirt definitely going to come in handy. Camera 2, Uriah, by the way, from Tunk Mountain is pushing the buttons today. That is the rock. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let me look here. I see the thing. Yeah, I see that. I want to say, is that the Waterville camera, Uriah, looking down to the Columbia River? That's the Waterville camera. I love it when we can move these cameras around. So that is the mighty Columbia. You can see the part of US 97A where the rock slides happen on a regular basis. Aniad just out of your view, of course. That's a good-looking view. I like that. In fact, we're kind of sort of looking down on the Arundel Rock camera in many respects. Spectacular view from the Waterville camera. That's about 4,700 feet in elevation. That's up there. Camera 3 is a slow dissolve to Jump Off Ridge. By the way, don't jump off Ridge. It's just not a good idea. Wonder how it's got its name. Hope it wasn't because somebody jumped off of it, because you're not going to win that one. The Stamil Basin, beautiful, greening up, orchards hanging in there, growing. Three Lakes Golf Course, open for business and looking good. You can almost see the cross camera, which is just a little bit out of view. That's way up there, a spectacular view from the very tip of Jump Off Ridge. Good stuff there. And finally, is this camera 4? Have we gone through all 4 cameras? I've lost track. It's Monday. Wow, there's Billy Goat. Maybe everybody's favorite. That is our highest camera. As far as elevation is concerned, it is a little over 7,000 feet in elevation, and since there's nothing to block the view as you look almost straight due north by northeast, that little bump that you see in the middle of the screen is Mount Kalispell, spelt with a C, and it's located in Canada. An unbelievable view from the Billy Goat camera. Can't quite make out Pateris because of the way the shadows are and the sun is glaring down. But trust me, Pateris and Bridgeport and Brewster is down there somewhere. And people have asked me, how can we do, because we can move these cameras, we can go left and right. How come we can't move it just a little bit to the left and look at the Met How? Well, that's where the support guy wires and the tower actually is that the camera sits on, and so you basically can't see anything. It's just part of what it is. We can't go 360 with these cameras. We can go about 340 degrees, and then eventually there's the guy wires and the support structures that hold the towers and the cameras up will get into the way. So there you go. I'd like to keep you in the loop. 6 minutes after the hour on this Monday, the 15th day of April. Let's take a look at your weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Not looking too bad at all. Really, I mean, I like it. Look at all that big yellow, globby, gooey stuff. Isn't that nice? There's one last little weak weather system that came in yesterday. It's leaving as we speak, but it's still got some of that residual cool air with it, which is why we're only at 34 degrees outside of our studios. But things are going to warm up by midweek. In fact, Thursday looks to be the warmest day of the year so far. Chance of rain returns on Friday, and then we look pretty dry and not bad at all on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll top off at about 59. We might not get up that high because we're off to such a chilly start. Clouds will be back tonight, but not a lot. 39 for the overnight low. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. The one thing that we don't show you, it's going to be a little on the gusty side. We're talking gusts, about 20 miles an hour at times on Tuesday and Tuesday night. Tuesday night's going to be a little windy as well, 44 for the overnight low. Wednesday, a little breezy, but not bad at all. Partly sunny, 65. Look at that, 71 on Thursday. I could live with that. Friday, one last little blip, 69 degrees, which is very mild, but it's going to be cloudy. Could even see a raindrop. And then the upcoming weekend, one of the best looking weekends we've had in quite some time. 64, 66 Saturday and Sunday with lots of sunshine. So all in all, I like that forecast. I can live with that. Things are looking good. Again, a little on the breezy side Tuesday night, and Wednesday. Outside of that, quite a bit of sunshine for most of the Wenatchee Valley, with the exception of Friday, but we can live with that. But again, it's chilly. It's only 34 outside of our studios. It is 8 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a 1 minute break. When we come back at your Monday morning news, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 42 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, agent here at Senior Insurances of North Central Washington, where we help our clients navigate the Medicare world. One of the things we really enjoy doing is teaching our clients about their rights. Like, did you know that if you have a traditional Medicare supplement, you can change that monthly all year long, regardless of prior health conditions? So if you'd like to know more about your options with Medicare, you can visit us at one of our 5 local offices, as well as give us a call at 888-2600.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Just a few high clouds, 34 degrees outside of our studios at 9 minutes after the hour. Here's what's making headlines on your Monday morning. The Chelan County PUD and tech giant Microsoft have reached an agreement under which the PUD will sell power to Microsoft's Puget Sound campuses. In exchange, Microsoft will partner with the PUD to investigate expanding fiber and internet broadband in Chelan County. Now, without providing any details, the PUD said the price that Microsoft will pay for the power under the 5-year deal is market-based. Microsoft is looking to power its facilities with 100% carbon-free energy. Energy savings by local customers of the PUD has freed up surplus energy that makes the sale possible. That's according to the PUD. The PUD and Microsoft expect the fiber build-out study to be completed within the next year. About 10 to 15% of rural areas in Chelan County remain without fiber. Well, in other news this morning, Republican and Democratic lawmakers have come together on a plan to create a new wing of the State Employment Security Department that deals with agricultural and seasonal workforce services. The office would process and arbitrate foreign labor applications and complaints, as well as conduct field checks, training, and research. The measure comes at the request of the Employment Security Department, and it would require the agency's commissioner to create an advisory committee to review issues pertaining to the guest worker program. The legislation received bipartisan support in both the House and the Senate. The bill received unanimous approval in Thursday's Senate vote. Well, a contractor for Chelan County finished replacing about 300 feet of guardrail last week. This was on Steins Hill Road. That was destroyed. The guardrail was destroyed in a semi truck rolled there in March. The truck wrecking while the road was being used as a detour after another semi carrying cardboard had a wreck on Highway 2 near Peshastin. Frank Gurney Incorporated of Spokane also replaced guardrail on numerous other county roads, including South Lakeshore Road near Chelan and Antioch River Road. The crews used what's called a punch truck to punch holes with a force of 2,500 pounds. The county spent about $115,000 this year to replace the guardrails. Well, Washington Governor Jay Inslee and Attorney General Bob Ferguson say they will fight President Trump's executive order reversing the 1972 Clean Water Act and stripping subsequent Obama-era restrictions on waterways in Washington state. Inslee and Ferguson issued a news release outlining their objections after the president announced the order during a Wednesday news conference. Inslee called the action, quote, an assault on the right and obligation of every state to protect their waters and their communities, end quote. The governor and the attorney general pledged to challenge the administration's action in court. Meanwhile, the Federal Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, is accepting public comment on the agency's plans to reverse the Clean Water Rule in Washington state. The rules were implemented in 2015 by the Obama administration to protect water quality standards for all watersheds and wetlands in the state. Environmental groups see the rules as necessary to protect humans and fish health. Farmers say that's a violation of private property rights. Well, a Washington elementary school fifth grader by the name of Alex Anguiano is one of 10 students statewide who's going to be inducted into the AAA School Safety Patrol Hall of Fame this year. The students will be honored April 26th at T-Mobile Park prior to the start of a Seattle Mariner game. Patrollers are judged on their commitment to traffic safety, citizenship, leadership skills, and contributions to school safety programs. Congratulations to that young man. 13 minutes after the hour in this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. What happened over the weekend? We're going to have a lot of news to cram into a half an hour. Hope we can do it. That's the plan anyway. The news, the NCW Life Evening News with Grant Olson will come your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. So check it out. 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tonight, available on demand on our website at ncwlife.com, or right around 4:30 or 5. You can check it out at your own convenience. You can watch it on our live stream if you so desire. Eric Granstrom, by the way, will be doing your sports report, so look forward to that. What happened on this Monday? What happened over the weekend that you may have missed? We'll have it for you in one tidy little package we call the news at 5, 6, and 10 with Grant Olson. And don't forget, if you want to get a hold of us, you can use our website. Just go to ncwlife.com, click on the Contact Us icon, fill out the form, and boom, we get it. You can just contact us and say hi. You can submit news tips. You can go to our Facebook page and private message us. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com. We love to hear from you, our viewers. We're going to take a break. When we come back, he's back. Tiger Woods wins the Masters. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
My name is Hannah Peterson-Kinney, and I'm a certified nurse midwife. I became a midwife because I thought birth was one of the most amazing, beautiful things. It's about caring for women through many stages of life and helping to empower them with knowledge and build partners to improve their health. It would be an honor to provide care for you, and I would love to welcome you to the CVCH midwife family.
Welcome back to this Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is April 15th. It's 15 minutes after the hour, and here's sports. And guess who's got a little something still left in the tank? Mr. Tiger Woods. He recaptured the golfing world's attention by winning the Masters Championship. You have to say that with the right amount of gravitas. The Masters Championship at Augusta National. Woods shot a final round 2 under par 70, 13 under, one shot better than 3 other players. He wins his 5th green jacket on Sunday afternoon, actually almost Sunday morning. He is the second oldest ever to win the Masters at 43 years old. The oldest, of course, Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear. He was 46 when he won it back in 1986. Tiger continues to chase Jack, too, for most overall championships. Tiger now has 15. Jack has 18. Congratulations to Tiger Woods. Well, a big bucket of ice-cold water was tossed in the face of the Mariner fans over the weekend. Their red-hot team cooled down by the latest red-hot team in the major leagues. We're talking about the Houston Astros. Houston completing the 3-game sweep of Seattle Sunday with a 3-2 victory. The M's jumped out to an early lead in the bottom of the first. Mitch Haniger extending Seattle's major league record to 18 games to start the season with a home run, but the Seattle bullpen could not hold the lead. First starter, Marco Gonzalez, who went 5 into 30, allowed 2 runs and 5 hits, 3 strikeouts. He pitched well. Bullpen didn't. M's will try and get back on the winning track. Cleveland comes to town tonight. 7:10 first pitch. Trevor Bauer and UC Kikuchi will do battle. The 2019 race season got underway Saturday night at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, the Spring Sizzler. Winning the featured races on the night, Michelle Kennedy and the Plum Perfect Roadrunners. Josh Childress, very familiar name to race fans here. He won the Northwest Mini Stock Tour. Dave Garber in the Jerry's Auto Supply Pro Late Models. And no name. It is number 91 car in the Dix Heating and Air Conditioning Thunder cars. There's no name listed for number 1 in the time trials or the trophy dash or the feature. He knows who he is, or she. Next up, the Leonard Evans 150, the big race of the year, April 27th. Les Schwab prepped scoreboard for the weekend. We'll go with soccer. Eastmont turned aside Moses Lake Friday at Wildcat Stadium 1-0. Seattle fell on the road at West Valley 2-0. On Saturday, Cashman blanked Manson 2-0. Cascade cruised past Brewster on the pitch 6-0. Les Schwab prep baseball scoreboard. Eastmont dropped a doubleheader Friday at Ike. They lost 10-3 and 6-5. On Saturday, Cascade and Cashmere split their twin bill. The Kodiaks won the opener 12-1. The Bulldogs took the nightcap 13-3. Chelan swept Okanagan 11-1 and 4-1. Manson and Liberty Bell split with the Trojans, winning the first game 2-1. Lions took the second 7-1. Waterville and Mansfield at Orville postponed. In softball Friday, Eastmont sweeps 2 from Ike, 12-2 and 12-2. On Saturday, it was Cascade sweeping Cashmere 16-1 and 17-2 Okanagan, sweeping Chelan 12-11 and 13-8, and Waterville, Mansfield, and Orville again postponed. High school lacrosse over the weekend. They won via forfeit Friday night over Hanford, but they actually had to play on Saturday, and it ended up going to overtime against Gonzaga Prep. The visitors coming out on top 7-6 in the extra session. Tristan Plock, by the way, led the way for Wenatchee with 4 goals. The Les Schwab Prep tennis scoreboard. Tenasket and Chelan split with the Tiger Boys, winning 5-0. The Lady Goats came out on top 4-1. Pateros swept Antioch 4-0 and 3-1. And on Saturday, the Cashmere Boys and girls swept Royal by identical 5-0 scores. And finally, here's what we have on tap for the sports broadcast schedule this week. Tomorrow night, we'll be at Eastmont. The Wildcats host Davis. This will be a good one. Big Nine Soccer, 7 o'clock. Our friends Sebastian Maraga and Matt Wisen on the play-by-play. On Thursday, Game 5 of the playoff series between Wenatchee and Cowichan Valley at 7 o'clock. And then we're back at Eastmont Friday for more soccer. Yes, the Wenatchee Panthers cross the river to take on their rivals again at 7 o'clock. And again, live right here on the NCW Life Channel. Those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Monday at 19 minutes after the hour, the obscure holiday of the day today. It is Patriots Day everywhere, but specifically in the northeast corridor of this country. It's a big holiday in Massachusetts. It's huge. It's a state holiday. There's no school, no government offices in Massachusetts on Patriots Day. It's also Patriots Day is also celebrated in Maine, Wisconsin, and parts of Florida. Of course, it commemorates the Battle of Lexington and Concord. It's always the third Monday in April. 2 things always happen. Of course, the Boston Marathon is run. The 126th Boston Marathon, I believe, is being run this morning, or as we speak, in the streets of Boston. By the way, it's terrible weather in Boston today. And they have a baseball game that gets underway at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And the route of the Boston Marathon goes right by Fenway Park, 2 of the longtime traditions. So in Massachusetts, it's huge. Also in Maine, they'll recreate the Battle of Lexington and Concord and do all kinds of stuff to pretend it's like 79 again. I mean, what the heck, right? Happy Patriots Day. We don't celebrate it too much here in our neck of the woods, but it's big up there in the Northeast. Let's do Today in History. At 20 minutes after the hour, Abraham Lincoln died on this date 154 years ago. Of course, he was shot the previous evening while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., shot in the head by John Wilkes Booth. He died the next morning. President Andrew Johnson became president upon Lincoln's death. Abraham Lincoln died 154 years ago today, the first president to be assassinated, but not the last. April 15th, 1912, 107 years ago. Well, you knew this was coming. The RMS Titanic sinks in the North Atlantic. It happened at 2:20 in the morning, 2 hours and 40 minutes after hitting the iceberg. Of the 2,227 people on board, only 710 passengers and crew survived the unsinkable Titanic. It happened 107 years ago today, down to the bottom of the Atlantic. And on a much better note, this is the 72nd anniversary of Jackie Robinson debuting for the Brooklyn Dodgers, breaking baseball's color line. He was the first African-American to play a Major League Baseball game since 1884, but that all changed on this date 72 years ago today. Of course, in Major League Baseball, it is Jackie Robinson Day. Every player on every team will be wearing the number 42. Umpires, as well as they honor the legend of Jackie Robinson, who broke the color barrier on this date 72 years ago today. And of course, Branch Rickey gets a whole bunch of credit for that, and A.B. Happy Chandler, who was the commissioner of baseball, who simply let it happen. His predecessor, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, did not. Big day. Birthdays, 2 of them. This guy you may have heard of, Leonardo da Vinci. There he is, the Italian. Was born in the state in 1452, lived to the age of 67, which is an incredibly long time for somebody who was born in 1452. What did he do? He was an inventor. He drew, he painted, he was a sculptor, he was an architect, he was a scientist, he dabbled in music, mathematics, engineering, literature, let's see, geology, astronomy, botany, history, map making. He wrote a lot. Yeah, he did all right for himself. And he painted a couple of paintings you may have heard of. He was born in the state in 1452. We lost Roy Clark, of course, a couple of months ago. The legendary Roy Clark. If it was a stringed instrument, he could play it. The man was just a remarkable instrumental player. I mean, banjo, guitar, mandolin, it didn't matter what it was. Roy Clark could play rings around anybody. A great musician and a really cool dude, I might add. The great Roy Clark was born in the state in 1933. We lost Roy a couple of months ago. He, ha, ha, ha. We miss Roy. 23 minutes after the hour. We are going to take a break. When we come back, everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And then a conversation we taped last Thursday with Jana Fischback and Tandi Rolen. We're talking about Sustainable Wenatchee. The big Earth Day fair is this Saturday at the Pybus. That and a whole bunch more with those two lovely young ladies. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Lakeshland Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course mailboxes, even passport photos. Schland Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at acchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
This is Mike, Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, recently at a vacation house we were renting, my grandson, he broke a lamp. Well, it was an expensive lamp. I had to pay $100 to replace the doggone thing. I figured, well, no big deal, stuff happens. But then I realized the huge difference in reaction I would have had if my son Tony had broken the lamp. Had Tony been the culprit, I would have been angry and upset. A much different emotional reaction than I had when it was my grandson. But it's not that I love my grandson more than I do my son. They're both great human beings. And maybe I'm just older, and sometimes that just explains the varying emotional reactions I have to my grandkids opposed to those I felt with my kids. But whatever it is, grandkids are just different than your kids. Yeah, they are. This is Mike, Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Did you know that dental disease is the #1 illness affecting a pet's health? Bacteria from the mouth gets carried into your pet's blood and can affect the heart, lungs, and kidneys. By age 3, nearly 75% of pets have some form of dental disease. Dr. Jana and the staff at Paws and Claws Veterinary Hospital care about your pets, and good dental care can help your pet live a long and happy life. Learn how to clean your pet's teeth or see what Paws and Claws can do to keep your pet smiling by calling 888-PAWS or see us on the corner of 4th and Island, East Wenatchee.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
There was a time when you had to travel a great distance to enjoy premium wine and food pairings. Now you can experience it right here in North Central Washington. Surround yourself with the beauty and romance of the Lake Chelan Valley and enjoy some of the finest winery restaurants in the world. Get your taste of adventure at Siren Song Vineyard Estate and Winery, Wapato Point Cellars Winemakers Grill, or Sorrento's at Chelan Cellars. All three have their own style and unique charm. Now you're less than an hour from excellence.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. As President Kennedy once said, we all breathe the same air. We're all citizens of this blob floating around space randomly. We got lucky. We have an Earth we can live on. You know, living on Mercury would be really hot, and there's no AC in Mercury. We need to take care of our planet. And to talk about taking care of our planet, talk about Earth Day and all good things, it's our friends from Sustainable Wenatchee. To my immediate left is Jana Fischback, who runs the organization. She's like the employee. And Tandi Rolen on the far left is you're the president of the board?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Board president.
And your job is
Executive director.
Executive director. And you have a staff
One.
You're it.
Yeah.
You're it. Okay.
Just me.
So, and how long have you had this gig?
About a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started in the fall of 2017.
So what's the genesis of Sustainable Wenatchee? How did your organization come to be?
Well, I started, I used to have a restaurant called Hunter's Wife. I was telling you about that.
Good food.
And I was working with Our Valley, Our Future, and they were looking for some environmental action items or plans for their grand plan. And so I worked with them, we came up with Tread Lightly Friday. And since I own a small business, and I had a healthy business, and it was really about, through my eyes, okay, as a business owner, I'm responsible for what my consumers take out the door. That is trash. That's basically what goes into the trash is what we buy, right? And so I came up with the idea of Tread Lightly Friday and really getting small businesses on board with it. So I asked all the small businesses, mostly in the downtown area, if they would want to participate and every Friday do an offering to their customers, a discount for treading lightly, for riding their bike to the gyms or the yoga studios, or bringing their own coffee containers, or anything that was environmentally friendly. And it was a hit, but I needed help. I was running a restaurant. I was all by myself, so I recruited this beautiful goddess warrior, earth warrior here. And
Congratulations for the promotion, by the way,
yeah,
Jana.
and the power of social media, I just sent out like, hey, I need help, and this stranger, this girl, just
someone
popped
tagged
in.
me on Facebook that knew I had a background in this.
And it was perfect. She's like, we are like the perfect marriage for this Sustainable Wenatchee, because I'm kind of the woo-woo person, and she's like the scientist, and went to college and did all those amazing things that I haven't done yet. And so together it was just magic, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Jana, do people get it when you tell people what Sustainable Wenatchee is and what you do and why it exists? Do they understand it?
Yeah, I'd say the most common response is Wenatchee is ready for this, and Wenatchee needs this. We already have some great environmental organizations like the Land Trust or Wenatchee River Institute, Cascadia Conservation, that really encourage people to preserve nature and get out into nature. But we didn't have anything yet that was just an average person's life. What can you do to reduce your negative impact on the environment? So we've had really good response.
I think I read it somewhere on the internet, so I know it's true, but I believe it 100%. Something like 65% of garbage in landfill is packaging.
Yes.
Packaging. Not the item itself that you bought, but the thing that it came in. That's insanely stupid.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
It's that awareness, it's just things that we buy and consume. Where does it go? And we're just so used to the convenience, our lifestyle, we're immune to it, that the awareness needs to be built in. Like, I'm responsible for this trash now. Where is it going? Yeah.
And we all have to love Mother Earth because it's the only one we got.
Yeah.
And we haven't done very good lately on that. We're getting better.
We are getting better, I'd like to think.
I think that it's not really a conversation, like global warming, climate change, it's not really a conversation of, is this a conspiracy theory? It's more of like, okay, we're all concerned about it. Now what do we do? Like, we're so accustomed to our lifestyle, and that's where our mission comes in is focusing on the behavior, the things in between, what we do in our daily lives, just us average Joe people, what we can do, because that's where it needs to start. Like, when I think of the planet and the global problem of sustainability, it freaks me out. I get overwhelmed. But if I think like, like Mother Teresa says, if you want to change the world, go love your family first. Go home and love your family. And so I think of it that way. Like, let's just love our community and focus on ourselves and our actions and what we're contributing to, and then we can make an impact.
On the whole, are we doing okay in North Central Washington, the Wenatchee area, about doing the right thing, or is it you find it to be a bit of an uphill slog at times?
I think we have a lot of room for improvement.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do think we're on the right track.
Yeah, well, that's good news.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
People want to change.
They do.
Yeah. Well, I got to be honest with you. I got to get past this plastic bag thing. I do. I go to the store almost every day, and the people come in and they got their cloth bag and they do their shopping, and and they put their groceries back in the cloth bag, and then you read stories about whales that wash up on beaches and they got 100 plastic bags in their belly.
Right.
And it's a guilt thing. It works with me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can guilt me right into just about
Right,
anything.
right. Yeah,
And,
that's kind of our goal, is to change the culture. So it's more normal to bring your own bag. And if a little bit of guilt comes into it, then that's fine.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's like
No.
it took me, I'd say it took me a couple years to be able to build a strong remembrance of bring your own coffee cup. Like I won't go get coffee unless I have a coffee cup. It's just kind of my rule now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's...
And you're going to have a baby.
Yes.
And babies eat, and then there's a byproduct of eating that we all know what it is. So how are you going to tackle the diaper problem, Mom?
Cloth diapers.
There you go.
And I have the expert here to show me how to do
I
it.
have
She's
a
already done it before.
2.5-year-old, so I'm a cloth diaper advocate, which is a hilarious thing to say.
It's also going to save you a ton of money, because I don't.
Yeah.
I walk down the grocery store or the diaper aisle, and I'm going, diapers are expensive.
Thousands of dollars. I go into Costco and I see all the diapers and I'm like, this is all going to be in a landfill in like a week.
Right.
I mean, this is kind of for one-time use. This is pretty crazy.
You brought some photos with you. I want to throw up a photo of the board. This is last year's board, is that correct?
This is last year's Earth Day Fair.
Earth Day Fair. There's
so cute.
Jenny Montgomery's on the far right there as you look at that, and she's the or far left. She's the one who kind of put this little thing together. I notice it's all females.
That's just a coincidence.
Women are taking over. I mean, we are like the warriors of Mother Earth right now.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
We get things done.
Who's in the picture besides Jenny?
We've got Joan Causey. She's a professor at the college. And then we have Lisa Wareham. She actually moved away, so she's not on our board any longer. Then there's Tandi and I, and then Jenny.
Cool. And that was at last year's.
That's last year's Earth Day Fair. So
And it went well?
It did, yeah.
Good.
We were a brand new organization, and we decided to just go for it and put it together.
We winged it.
Yeah,
we made it work.
But it worked because you're doing it again.
Yeah.
You're doing it again. Talk about this year's Earth Day Fair. It's at the Pybus Event Center.
It's going to be bigger and better this year,
Yeah.
definitely. It was at Pybus last year. Last year we were outside in that kind of west entrance alcove. And this year we're going to be in the event center, so that will be nice.
The Local Tel Event Center.
Yes, the Local Tel Event Center.
It is on Earth Day itself proper.
It is the Saturday before. Earth Day is
Earth Day.
actually a Monday.
Okay.
Monday the 22nd.
It's always the 22nd. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's Saturday the 20th.
Saturday the 20th, that's the Saturday before Easter.
And so people are going to walk into the Local Tel Event Center at the Pybus at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 20th, and what will they see?
They will see 30 booths. We've got lots of different organizations that are going to be joining us. Last year we probably had about 15, so we've got quite a few more. Outside, hopefully it'll be nice weather. We've got the patio area behind the event center, and so you'll see some electric vehicles out there that you can check out in person. And then kind of kitty corner down there, we've got a Link bus that will be there. Link is one of our sponsors, as is the PUD, Chelan County PUD. And so people can hop on the Link bus and check it out, learn about that cool, it's all electric induction charger. And there'll be a bike that you can kind of practice putting on the front of the Link bus, which can be kind of intimidating.
Which Link, we had a presentation at our board meeting about Link Transit. I think riding the bus is kind of sexy. Like it's going to be a cool thing.
Yeah.
No, I got friends who I have one friend indeed who is he's a total freak about carbon footprint, and he rides the bus.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
He doesn't have a car. He doesn't even have a bike. The bus can take him almost wherever he needs to go, and he just walks from there.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I say. 30 interactive booths. That's a lot of
Right,
booths.
yeah, we've got a lot of kids activities. We'll have kind of a whole kids corner, and then a lot of the booths will have some stuff for kids to do. We've got a little eco marketplace where some people will be selling things. Most booths are educational and interactive, but we will have some things to buy. And then new this year that we're really excited about is we're going to have print-made apparel company out of Twisp. They're coming down and they're bringing their screen printing equipment. And so you can bring your own shirt to be screen printed. We've got this really cool design that's Wenatchee. It's Saddle Rock, and it says there is no planet B.
They're super
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I like
it is
that.
like if you live in Wenatchee, like you need the shirt.
You need the shirt.
Like
yeah.
you need to have the shirt.
So you can purchase one that's an eco-friendly T-shirt if you want to for $15, or you can bring your own shirt and have it screen printed. So
there's going to be is there a formal program? Do you come and go as you please, or is there going to be some speakers or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, there's going to be presentations.
Okay.
We have 6 presentations, us included, and everything from preserving the night sky to composting with worms. I'm doing a vegan cheese demonstration. You're doing zero waste in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there'll be some education in the Pybus kitchen area that will be on the microphone and the projector. So when you're walking along, you can kind of listen in learn something new, maybe ask questions.
You mentioned that Lake Made Apparel and Chelan PUD are on board on this. Who approached who on being a part of this celebration? I'm going to call it a celebration. If you don't mind.
It is. It is a celebration of our planet. Last year, both Chelan PUD and Link Transit sponsored us in this event. We have a lot of things in common, and so they agreed to do it again.
Cool.
So, yeah.
They're the good organizations.
They are, yeah.
We're going to talk about the Eco Challenge in just a minute. I have one more question for you because it just popped into my head. What's something that a Joe Six-Pack like me can do that I do every day that I can stop doing immediately to help? I mean, give me a hint for I mentioned the plastic bag when I go grocery shopping. Give me something, an everyday activity that I'm not doing well when it comes to taking care of the planet that I can stop doing, and it's really not that hard. Is there an example for that? I mean, you mentioned the coffee cup thing, which is a great idea because people have to get their Jones every morning.
Yeah.
But they're handing you a cup of coffee out the window, and now you have another.
I like the coffee cup thing because I have a 20 ouncer. I always order like a 12 or 16. I usually get a little bit more because they're not used to the size portion. You get a little bit more. They recognize my coffee cup, so they're like, "Oh, she always gets the hemp milk." Blah blah blah. Bringing your own coffee cup, making that a ritual. Grocery bags.
Yeah, one thing that is maybe a little bit out there, but it's not really, is when you go to a restaurant and you know you're going to have leftovers, something where they bring you a big meal, bring your own little Tupperware to take home rather than the styrofoam container, which it seems, that you might feel kind of weird doing it, but it's really not that weird.
It'll feel weird for like 10 years, and then everyone else will
and then everyone will do it.
Yeah, and then it'll be the new normal.
Yeah. You'll feel a slight tug for about 10 years, and then it'll be fine. After that, do the Automochas and the Starbucksers and the Dutch Bros they're cool with that? When you say, okay.
Yeah, they're
a lot
totally
of them
fine
will
with
give
it.
you a discount.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
Yep. A lot of them are on our Tread Lightly Friday program. So, like Cafe Mela, Cafe Columbia, Lisa B's, JB Steamers. Yeah, they love it. And we're trying to really promote coffee and breweries to bring their own growlers and coffee cups because, with this global climate change issue we have going on, agriculture, especially in the beer industry and the coffee industry, will change dramatically. And so I try to let that inspire people because no American can live without beer and coffee. That's scary. So that's an incentive right there.
And I remember, if you're a true beer connoisseur, the only way to consume it is to get a growler, to get the big old glass thing, and you take it. First of all, the beer is better because it's right out of the keg, and you just wash it out and bring it back down again, and they fill it right up again.
It's definitely the best option.
Absolutely. The third annual North Central Washington Eco Challenge is the 6th through the 19th. Wow, that's long.
Yeah, in May.
In May. So talk about that event.
Yeah, so this is the third time it's happened. It's our second time being a part of it. Climate Conversations North Central Washington started it 3 years ago, and then we joined in to kind of partner with them last year, and now this year we're pretty much taking it over. So it's a really fun event that is very in line with our mission to kind of change the culture of the area. So people can sign up. You can sign up as an individual or you can create a team, and it's all online. You sign up, and then there's 9 different categories. I'm not going to remember them all, but there's transportation, waste, energy, health, food, simplicity, sustainable community. That gives you a good idea.
That's good.
And you can pick, I think it's up to 8 one-time challenges, something that you can do just once, and then up to 8 multiple, like every day you can do something. So you can do something for 15 minutes each day, or make sure you do it every day in those different categories. And then you get points for doing that. You log in every day and kind of tell people your progress. There's even kind of a feed on there like Facebook, so you can share your progress. And there's lots of individual prizes. We give out a prize every single day for people that log in. We have over $3,000 in individual prizes that have been donated by local companies. And then team prizes, we've got the top 5 teams get cash to donate towards their favorite nonprofit.
Oh, good.
So you can be a nonprofit and compete for yourself, or you can just,
Well, nonprofits, they always need money.
It's a win-win. It's like everything's so positive about it. And it's free. So why not do it? I mean, there's no excuse not to do it.
The cool thing about it is most of these things are quantifiable. And so at the end you can see, we're hoping to have 1,000 participants. In those 2 weeks, what 1,000 people can do. We save this many gallons of water, we save this much energy, we have this many cars off the road and people on their bikes or whatever it may be. So
This is going to sound like a cattywampus question. Jana, as we said, is a sole proprietor. She is Sustainable Wenatchee, the only paid employee. Where does the money, you mentioned nonprofit, where does the money come from? Who signs your paycheck?
we've we've got some big sponsors because this is an expensive event to put on. We actually purchased the Eco Challenge from Northwest Earth Institute. Okay. They're another nonprofit out of Portland, and so they do the whole format online, all of the Eco Challenge stuff. So we buy it from them, and it costs us actually almost $6,000 to put it on. I know. So we've got some big sponsors here. Again, the PUD is a sponsor, Link Transit, Waste Management, and those are kind of our 3 big sponsors, and they kind of cover that main chunk. And then we have category sponsors. So in each of those categories I mentioned, we have a category sponsor. Like for health, we have the RAC is sponsoring this year. So
Good way to go, Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club. In your day-to-day operations, can companies, nonprofits, anybody call up Jana and say, can you come and talk to my employees about this, that, or the other thing?
Absolutely,
Is that part of your job description?
Yeah. So we are a lead partner in the Our Valley, Our Future action plan, and that's in sustainability education. So we mostly focus on adults, but we want to kind of start to also help with reaching out to kids. But yeah, we are interested in talking to community members and putting on workshops and that kind of thing, and also talking to business owners about what they can do.
And I think it's all about the kids, because if you start the kids out right from the get-go,
Yes.
they don't know any other way, right? I mean, that's...
And they can train their parents.
Yeah, yes, they could, actually. They could. That's it. I'm no more plastic bags. I'm done with them. I'm bringing my own. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Love it. And now you've said it, and so people see you at the store.
I've said it right here on television. My plastic bag days are over. There.
Good
That's
for
it.
you.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
I can't let you people down. Once again, Earth Day is Saturday, April 20th. How much does Earth Day cost, Jana, to walk in the door?
It is free.
That.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
How much does the Eco Challenge cost to do?
It's free as well.
Free is a
free
good
99.
price.
Yeah.
Free is a good price.
Yes.
And again, people, if they have any questions or anything, just get a hold of you, Jana, and they'll
They
walk
can
them
go to
through it.
sustainablewenatchee.org.
Okay.
And all the information is there.
Good. There's no planet B. I sure like that. I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
There's no planet B. Jana, Tandi, thanks for dropping by. All right.
Yeah,
have a good time on the 20th.
Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
Welcome back. We are live here at Studio 42 in downtown Wenatchee on this 15th day of April 2019. I am Dan Kuntz. Shaping up to be a beautiful day. We're going to have one more look at that forecast before we get out of here. But a couple of housekeeping notes we wanted to pass along to you. First of all, of course, it is tax day. There are 15 million Americans who have yet to file their taxes. So at this point in the game, I would just file for an extension. The odds of you getting it done, not very good at all. And by the way, if you make $66,000 or less, $66,000 or less in the calendar year last year, you can download free tax software. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it's that's a good way to go about doing it too. But man, you're cutting it close to get your taxes done. Obviously, for the last 7-8 weeks, we've been following the story of Rihanna Rosenberg. She's that young girl who fell into that icy pond near Rock Island back on February 21st. She's making a recovery, continues to make progress every day, which is really, really good news. And that crew of firefighters from Douglas County Fire District 2, they were honored actually recently for saving the life of Rihanna Rosenberg. At the fire department's annual recognition banquet, the members of A Shift received certificates of commendation and meritorious conduct for their efforts in that water rescue, very dramatic water rescue and resuscitation of Rihanna Rosenberg. Pictured there, as you see, from left to right, firefighter James Workman, firefighter Carter Welch, firefighter Jake Toves, Chief John Glenn, firefighter Bill Turner, Captain Shane Flatness, firefighter J.P. Solkowski, and there they are. So congratulations to those gentlemen. Good work indeed. And of course, Rihanna continues to recover at Seattle Children's Hospital. She's out of intensive care, and hopefully she will continue to improve. Of course, now she has a new baby little sister she gets to hang around with as well, so that's good news as that saga continues, and all of it's looking good. Program reminder, tomorrow on this very program, we're going to have Jennifer Talbert and Concy Luna. Jennifer Talbert and Concy Luna from the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Their annual mediation training is coming up. Very important thing. They came in on Friday to tape their conversation. We're going to have that for you tomorrow. And check out what we didn't show you this when Darcy visited me last week, but you saw the goodie bag. We got all that neat stuff, the portrait of the Royal Court and the sweatshirt and the golf shirt and the coffee mugs and all that cool little stuff that we get for being cool people. She also left me a ton of these things. Look at this. I got a bunch of these. These are all wristbands for Fantastic Shows Carnival, which is coming to the parking lot of the Town Toyota Center. And all next week, I'll be giving these away. There's a couple of things you need to remember. We'll be doing the same kind of thing that we did with the tickets to the Illusionists with the Town Toyota Center a few weeks back. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to ask you to email us your entry form. I'll give these away in blocks of 4 because I got so darn many of them. That's 2 things you need to remember. And finally, this is the most important thing of all. These wristbands are only usable on Monday night, the 29th of April. Monday, the 29th of April at the Fantastic Shows Carnival is the only time you can use these wristbands. You can ride till the cows come home, but you can only use these on Monday, April 29th. So if you want to win these, and again, we'll do the contest next week. Next week is when we'll start doing the contest. If you want to win these, remember, you can only use them on Monday, April 29th at the Fantastic Shows Carnival. Fair enough, we'll start giving these away next week. via email. We're going to take one more break and take a look at what's turning out to be a pretty darn good forecast from all over North Central Washington. That's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
Spring has arrived here at Town Nissan. So has a new shipment of certified pre-owned vehicles, like this Altima and this Rogue. Each of these vehicles goes through a 167-point inspection. Then we will cover them up to 7 years and 100,000-mile warranty coverage. You'll save thousands on these popular models. How about America's best truck warranty? 5-year, 100,000 miles on the all-new Nissan Titan. Buy smart, own confidence at Town Nissan, behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
It's Monday. Cut us a little bit of slack, all right? We'll get there. When we started the show an hour ago, it was 34 degrees outside of our studios. And the reason why is that weak weather system that paid us a visit over the weekend, it wasn't really supposed to show up, but it did anyway, kind of like in-laws who come by for the weekend and eat your food and sleep on your couch. That's what happened. We were supposed to have a fairly decent weekend. It didn't really turn out that way. The temperatures were below normal. We had more clouds than we were expecting, even some light rain overnight Saturday night into Sunday. None of that was in the forecast. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that the forecast that the National Weather Service has supplied to us for this week is going to hold true, because it doesn't really look too bad. Let's take a look at it again from the National Weather Service. That way, if you don't like the weather, you can blame the government. Things are going to start warming up in a little while. Now, that 59 degrees, we're going to have sunshine today. We're going to have 59 degrees, we hope. That's what we're looking for. That's still actually below normal. Our normal high for this date would be 62 degrees, and give you an example of how chilly yesterday was. Sunday, we only got to 54, so we were 8 degrees below normal. So we should be up just a couple of degrees south of normal today, but we'll certainly take the sunshine. Now, the clouds are going to come in. There's just a weak little system that's going to kind of slide in and out, so not a big deal. Just a couple of clouds tonight. No rain in the forecast, 39 for the overnight low. Then we build up to some pretty darn nice weather with significantly warmer temperatures, especially Thursday being the warmest day of the year so far, if it pans out. But we got to get there first. Sunshine Tuesday, high of 62. It's going to be a little windy in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour on Tuesday afternoon. And that windy condition is going to stay with us through Tuesday night. Going to be cloudy on Tuesday night as well with an overnight low of 44. But again, gusts right around 18 to 20 miles an hour Tuesday night into Wednesday. A distinct possibility. Also a little breezy on Wednesday, but it should die down by Wednesday afternoon as high pressure begins to build up and brings us partly sunny skies, high of 65, which is actually above normal. Look at Thursday. I like that. Partly sunny and a high near 71 degrees. If we get there, that will be the warmest day of the year so far. Normally, we will be into the 70s a couple of times in April. That has not happened yet, but it looks good for Thursday. Friday, mostly cloudy and a high of 69, but that's just kind of a little bloop in the radar, because if this forecast holds true from the National Weather Service, we are in for the nicest weekend of the year so far. Look at Saturday and look at Sunday. Lots of sunshine. Highs will be in the mid-60s Saturday and Sunday. Keep your fingers crossed that, in fact, pans out. That is your forecast from the National Weather Service. Tomorrow, Jennifer Talbert and Concy Luna will be dropping by for the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Until then, everybody have a great Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.